Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, Bitcoin is up, so that's a good thing. Support is holding at some EMAs we've been watching, some other support levels. Like that the buying interest is starting to come in here, so that's a good thing. Um, had a good talk last night with Bull Flag Group. Um, we'll we talked TA, learned a little bit about charts, some different indicators, some just general knowledge for people in the that's kind of learning TA. So that should be coming out toward the end of the week. So let's look for that. That was a good time. Thanks, Bill. Uh, let's go to the chart. I'm looking at the 12-hour on Bitcoin, and I wanted to get a look at. Um, this was the Elliott wave that I've been following, and it was something I published, a little while ago. Um, everything on here, you know, let me just show you what's on the chart real quick. Of course, the Elliott wave is all the labeling, the ones and the fours and all that. We have some of the moving averages, but the key one that I'm looking at the moment is the purple 55 exponential moving average here on the 12-hour. Uh, I have a couple other ones on here, the 21 and the 34. As you can notice, are all Fibonacci numbers. I really like those as they work out pretty well for support and resistance levels. Um, this was a previous high that I liked, and then we had a kind of an order block area here, and then found support right here. And so far, that's been the low. Uh, and down here, I have the ADX, the black lines, the ADX, and the directional index lines that are plotted along with it, the green positive and the red negative. They're all kind of intertwined at the moment, but the bulls are starting to show a little bit of life. But unfortunately, we're still on very low momentum, and that's one of the things that I'm a little concerned about. But we can hopefully the that starts to kick in a little bit more and gets more buying interest in the market. So the Elliott wave pattern that I was following, I was thinking that ABC expanded flat to get the fourth wave in. We had that ABC 1 2 3 4 5, which is a 3 3 5 flat expanded, and the reason it was expanded is because it went below this low here and kind of pushed down a little further and found some support at 9100. Um, that right there was the end of four, which I was hoping that we wouldn't see a new low to where we started the next wave to the upside. And we had wave one right here. And then we had a little bit of an ABC right here to hit two. And we didn't make a new low with this so far. So right now, this looks like wave two. And then hopefully we are starting on a wave three to the upside. Now, some of the things that I'm looking at uh, to see if that's going to be a possibility. Of course, momentum will help, and hopefully we'll start to get that. But right now, it's not really showing a lot. So this 55 exponential moving average is resistance that we need to push through to give me a signal that we're going to start, going the other way. Because as you can see, back here. In the past, the 55 was definitely an area of support. Yeah, I traded through it a few times, but it never really consistently settled underneath it. And of course, even with the Bears having control in the market, and it was pushing through, that was a signal right there that it should hold. Um, and then as it moved to the upside here, found some support again here, found some here, but then it busted and then retested. Now it had a support and resistance flip at this point. Now we're on the 55 exponential resistance, and then we're back testing resistance again. I would like to see it get it back above that and start getting this thing moving again. Now, the Fibonacci level that I have on here right at this point is on the high there at 11,125. It went down to this. I'm looking at just this leg right here, this A. Um, that went down to about 9,500, and as the market started to come back up, it stopped right at the 38.2% level, which is kind of that shallow fib level that I like to see if it's going to continue lower to the downside. When that was happening, that's when I thought we would get the rest of a little bit more lower, to where I was hoping we wouldn't make a new low because then it would kind of exhaust the count, but it didn't. So this ABC right here is actually wave two within this wave five to the upside. Now, if you extend this back a little bit, um, and take this all the way down to C, right here, and you're looking at this whole leg down from here, from this high to this low, one of the things that I like is that the market has pushed above the 38.2% level, to where it's not going to stop and continue the trend to the downside. So that's the first signal I like. Now, there's a couple more I'd like to see. And one of them, of course, as I said before, the 55 exponential moving average needs to be busted to the upside. And I would love to see the 61.8% level at 10.3 be taken out also, before I would get very comfortable. So step one is in. We need step two and step three, and then I'm going to be a lot more comfortable saying that this thing's going to start taking off to the upside. Now, if it ends up going the full length of this whole thing, on the Fibonacci move, let me move this over here. Um, the next move up would be about 12,000 or so. Maybe that's where wave three is, or if wave three gets all the way back up with a full retracement, which would be nice. And then the four would be around, a little bit of a drop back to 12. And then the five could be up anywhere, up into the realm. I'd really like to see 16K off of this whole thing, because as long as we are in this pattern, I've had a 16K target on this Elliott wave, and so far so good, unless we start to take out lows, and that's going to throw me off a little bit. And of course, that's why I got stops underneath the market. So I just wanted to kind of go over the. I know I've had other videos on this exact pattern, but I just wanted to show you that the expanded flat that I liked is still holding, and the start of wave one, two, and then hopefully this is the start of three. So to the upside. So let's get some buying interest into this market. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling, and uh, let's just get the bulls. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Peace out. Happy trading.